Morning everyone, and welcome to another vlog. If you are new to my channel, what is up? If you're returning, welcome back, you guys. Today we are doing 3 shifts in a row: Saturday, Sunday, Monday, actually. So it should be interesting. Y'all know, especially since I'm IMU, some of these patients might change, they might downgrade, and I might get new IMUs. So I highly doubt that I'll keep my same patients the entire 3 shifts. One of them is on 8 liters high flow, and the other one is on 25 liters, 40%. So she's on her way to be downgraded as well. So I highly doubt that they will stay with me the entire time. I only have 2 patients right now, so I am open for an admission. I'm not sure like what the rest of the unit is looking like, but I know Kelsey is the other IMU nurse, and she only has 1 right now, and she's getting transferred from another floor. So then she'll only have 2 as well. So I'm not quite sure like how this is all going to play out today, but I'll be cool with keeping my little 2 for the whole day. So we'll start trying to stay on top of things. So in case I do get an admission, like it's not going to be a problem. All right, y'all, before we let this video go on any longer, I need you to go ahead and like it. I see y'all be viewing my stuff. I have a video out now and it's performing really well, but y'all not liking it. So I need y'all to like my video. And if you've already watched 2 or more of my videos, I'm gonna need you to subscribe because you're already here. Help me out. Give me some encouragement, okay? But I'm back with y'all with the update. My patients, they're still doing good. Got them up in the chairs this morning, ate all their breakfast, passed their meds. Nothing significant going on. I'm possibly getting another patient from another floor. That'll be an IMU upgrade, but we'll see. It's not real until I get the assignment. You feel me? So it's like 9 something and we've already completed everything, charting and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and try to eat some breakfast. I'm trying to drink my water. Like, she's trying to be healthy, guys. So we're trying to drink some more water too. I forgot my little cup at home, but I've been filling up the little white disposable ones. So we'll see how we do with this water intake over these 3 shifts, because I noticed with my little health and fitness, like it's at work where I'm like really slacking. So we're gonna try to do better, but I will be back to see you guys a little bit later in the day, depending on how everything plays out. I actually forgot to tell you guys the reason why I was trying to update y'all. Well, I wanted to tell y'all that stuff anyway, but I had a patient that got up, went to the restroom, took off her oxygen, and I'm like, sis, like, you're doing pretty good, but like not good enough for you to be removing your oxygen and going to the restroom. So I was just like, you told me that you have problems breathing just going to the bedside commode with the oxygen. So what makes you think that you could tolerate going to the restroom with no oxygen at all, and you didn't even call me? Like, these patients, like, this is when they start to get on my nerves, because I'd be like, what are you doing? Just think logically for a second here. Let's think about this. You told me that to go 2 feet from your bed with the oxygen, that you have a hard time breathing, but you thought it'd be a good idea to walk 3 feet, 4 feet to the restroom without it. Now, y'all let me know. Does that make sense? Does that make logical sense? No. Okay, no. So now I went to round on my patients again for like 9 o'clock rounds. And she's like, oh, I have to go to the restroom again. And I'm like, okay, well, you need to go to the bedside commode, because she wasn't really supposed to be going to the restroom like that anyway. Like, she's almost to a high flow where she can walk to the restroom, but she's not quite there yet. So I was like, you need to go to the bedside commode. I keep getting interrupted. Somebody walked in the break room when I was talking to y'all. But anyway, I was saying all that to say is that she was acting like she needed help to go to the bedside commode. And I'm like, nah, you're good, because you could walk to the restroom with no oxygen on, right? But yeah, I'll come back to y'all a little bit later in the day. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of the vlog. I did not close out yesterday's properly, but honestly, nothing eventful happened for pretty much the rest of the day. Today, I do have 1 new patient. Actually, yesterday I finished with 3. I don't think I ever came back and told y'all that. But the one I got, she was a downgrade from ICU, and she was actually like med surg. So today I don't have her, and today instead I have an IMU patient. He is maxed out on heated high flow, but I think I may be able to wean him today because he's saturating pretty good right now. He is on restraints, so that order has already been placed for this calendar day, so I don't have to like get a new order or renew it or anything. So I'm going to go round on all my patients, check on them this morning, and then get the day started. Y'all, I'm like super annoyed right now. I'm going to have to tell y'all something in a bit. I'm coming on here now because hopefully I don't forget. I know I said I was going to try to get better at telling y'all stuff in the moment when stuff happens, so y'all could catch like a more accurate reaction. And plus, like I said, after work, I don't be feeling like recounting what's going on, but I'll come back in a bit after I finish catching these meds to give y'all an update on what I'm talking about. All right, y'all, so I'm here to talk to y'all about what I was mentioning before. So basically, telemetry called me when I was in another patient room to tell me that my patient saturation was 66% in another room. So I was already in the patient room, like I was saying, so I called my tech and I was like, hey, they told me in a report that if his oxygen gets low, he most likely pulled it out. This is the restraint patient, my new one for the day. So I was like, can you go check to see if it's in his nose? So she went in, she said it wasn't in his nose, so she put it back in. So I said, okay, you know, I'm just like, okay, probably resolved, right? So then I like go to pull meds for another patient room, and then I look at the monitor and I see that he's still 66%. So I go in the room, his oxygen is upside down, and the prongs, which are the 2 things that will go in his nostrils to deliver the oxygen, aren't in his nose. They're like bent and folded down, and he's 66%. So I was just like, of course, like, I'm glad I looked at the monitor. Like, nobody, telemetry didn't call me again because they had already called me before, I guess. And then, you know, I'm just like, this is why I sent you in the room, so I didn't have to like come in here and do all of this. So I had to stay in that patient room for about 4 minutes, like, but you know, I'm like in the process of passing meds, and like I was going to him last, so it's like delaying my rounds. So I got him situated, got him up to 92%, left out the room and went to my other patient room who I was supposed to be giving meds to initially. So I'm like telling my charge nurse, like, hey, like, we've had problems with this tech before, like basically being incompetent and like saying she's doing things and we don't know if she's actually doing it, or like having to double check with her to make sure she did what she said she was going to do. So I'm just like annoyed like that she's on my side because I have sicker patients. So I'm like, I don't have time to play with you today, you know what I'm saying? So the charge was like, hey, have you talked to her? Yeah. I said, no, not yet. I just wanted to, you know, like tell you I want to finish catching my meds first, and then I'll like go talk to her. So I just went to go talk to her, and I was like, hey, when I was in the patient, when I passed by the monitor, I saw the patient was still 66. And I was like, you went in the room to check on him, right? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. When I passed by the monitor, he was 66%. And then when I went in the room, the prongs weren't in his nose. And so she was looking like, what? Like, I put him in there. And I was like, yeah, so you know that the 2 prongs go in the nose, right? And she was like, yeah, I put it in. And I was like, okay. Well, he was 66%. And I was like, I fixed it. And now he's like 94%. And she was just like, okay. She was like, she put him in his nose and she waited until he was 82% and then she left. So I'm like, do we believe her or do we not believe her? Because I'm like, you went in the room and maybe not even 3 minutes. I saw that. So I'm like, it's possible he moved his head. But at the same time, like, I don't even know if I could trust her. So I don't know, y'all. But that's what happened. He's a little drowsy. I'm going to go see, like, if I'm waiting for one of his other IV medications to get on the unit. So I'm going to go see if it's, like, in the front Pix's room, because he changed rooms overnight. And then I'll go back and give him his meds, because he's, like, sleeping, kind of, because they gave him Ativan, and, like, he's pretty much knocked out. So I still have him to do, and I still got to finish charting, but I just wanted to, like, keep y'all in the loop of the drama. Almost left this vlog again without giving y'all, like, a closer for the day. So basically, I weaned a lot of my patients and downgraded them. So a lot of them, well, 2 out of the 3 probably will go home tomorrow. The other one, the restraint patient, I weaned him quite a bit too. So now he's on 50 liters, 60%, which is pretty good. He was super drowsy throughout my whole shift, which the doctors are aware of. So we're doing, I did a CT head and a CT chest with him before I left. So the results the night shift will get. And I had to do a whole bunch of labs on him earlier in the day, because pulmonology came on board and they were trying to rule out aspiration pneumonia versus, like, worsening COVID symptoms. So when we come back tomorrow, if I get him back, which I should, I will see like what the results say and, like, how we will proceed from there. But they already went ahead and started, like, prophylactically treating him with antibiotics and stuff like that. But once we get all the imaging results back, we'll be able to better, you know, like, tailor the care. I don't think I will get my other 2 patients back. Right now, there's only 2 IMU patients on the floor. So I think that I will get my IMU patient back, and then I will get Kelsey's IMU patient, because she's been at work over the weekend and she had the other ones. And yeah, like I said, there's only 2, so I'll probably get both of those, which at least that's what would make sense. Now, will it actually happen? I don't know. There's a new night shift charge nurse training, and she's not really been, like, really good with making the assignment how it should be, like, considering that patients are coming back. I mean, nurses are coming back and should get their patients back and stuff like that. So we'll see what we get back. If she doesn't give it to me, I'm just gonna ask her to change it. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm headed to Gringos now with Kelsey. Y'all, I've been trying to save money and stuff like that. I've been doing good so far. So, you know, I was like, okay, I can go out. Like, I'll go out to dinner with her, but I put myself, like, on a money limit. Like, I really don't need to be spending an excessive amount, like, at Gringos. So I'm like, okay, like, you get 1 drink and then you'll buy your meal. Like, that's it. So I think I'm gonna try to spend, like, somewhere between $20 or $30, something like that. If I can get under 20, that's even, like, that's a bet, but we'll see, because I need more discipline and self-control, like, when it comes to spending. Like, I save my money and I do good with that, but, like, I could save more, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to capitalize. Like, you know, I make a lot of money, especially since I have 2 jobs, so I need to start saving more while this is going good. So that's my goal. We'll see. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and we will do our 3rd and final shift. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of the vlog. We have made it. I am barely here. Like, I slept good last night, but at the same time, it's like I feel like I could have slept more. But hey, last shift, so we're gonna knock it out. So things pretty much went as planned as far as the patient assignment. I did get the 2 IMU patients, and then I have one of my other patients that I had yesterday. So she should potentially discharge today. We have to do a walk test on her to qualify her for oxygen before she leaves. So I'll probably do that after breakfast sometimes. My other 2, they're stable for now. The one that was Kelsey patient yesterday, they're a little sicker than mine is. She's on 60 liters, 90%, so definitely have to keep an eye out on her. Hopefully we don't have to send her to ICU today, so we just need to make it through our shift so we go home, okay? So that's what's going on. I've already checked in the Pix's room. That's where I'm at right now. I already checked in here because I know 2 of my patients have medications that had to come from central pharmacy, so they have to deliver it up here or tube it up here. So I was just trying to get ahead of the game today, so I'm not waiting on them to deliver me meds. Both of the meds I was looking for are already here, so that's good. It's 7:45 right now, so I think I'm going to eat like some yogurt or something, and then we'll get our day started. Quick update, I'm pulling meds for my last patient now, but when I went into my second patient room, her blood sugar was 54, so we had to give her some orange juice. We checked it again in 15 minutes. It was up to 74, so protocol says it has to be above 80. So we gave her a second bit of orange juice, and we're going to go back and check it later. But that same patient, this is Kelsey patient from yesterday, she's not been saturating really well on the 60 liters, 95%, so we had to put the non-rebreather on top. And with that, she's still only 91%. So I went ahead and called the ICU NP, so she's going to come by and evaluate her, but they already are initiating transfer to ICU for her. So I'm going to give her this IV Lasix and then go back in my last patient room to give him his meds. But that's what's going on, guys. All right, y'all, so a lot went down today. If y'all been watching my vlogs, y'all know 3 in a row are of the devil. At least 1 out of the 3 is going to be horrible. That's just how it goes. So today was that day. So y'all saw I've transferred that patient to ICU. I think I already told y'all what was going on with that, but basically she was very short of breath, even with the amount of oxygen she was on, and very labored breathing. It looked like she was struggling to breathe. She was working very hard to do so. So we went ahead and transferred her to ICU. After that, like the shift was fine because I was caught up on my meds. I had already done everything, charted everything, so it was fine, even though I did that. I stayed with 2 patients for most of the day. And then, I don't know why I was breathing hard when I'm talking to y'all. Whew. I stayed with 2 patients for most of the day, and then around 3, I got a ICU downgrade. So that patient was okay. He was on heated high flow, 30 liters, so not too bad. And then right after I received him, my patient, the one that's been in the restraints that I've been having since yesterday, they called a heart stat on him, which at the hospital means like he's like in a deadly rhythm. So it was showing VTAC on the monitor, so I went to go see what's going on. I honestly thought it was fake, but I went to find him, and why did my patient, I found him no oxygen on, no oxygen probe on to monitor his oxygen. And basically, he was like dang near blue, bro. Like, he looked unresponsive. What the hell? This car is just like literally zooming in the parking lot. That's so weird. Anyway, he looked unresponsive. I checked for a pulse, couldn't find a pulse. Started chest compressions right away because I'm like, even if I effed up and couldn't find the pulse for whatever reason, at least, I initiated CPR. So I did that. And my dumbbell Sarah, I'm trying to call my buddy for help so she come in. It's not even working. I hit the code blue on the wall, but I think when you do it on the wall, it don't tell you the location. It was taking people a while to get to me, and then the code just wasn't very smooth, like at all. It wasn't very cohesive, but I think he was already pretty much dead when I got in the room. But he died, and later I find out, like I'm seeing, like when I went in, he didn't have his oxygen on, so I'm thinking he died from hypoxia. So I'm going through his vitals to see like what in the heck happened, and I see that his oxygen saturations are trending down after like a certain amount of time, and then after a certain amount of time, there's no oxygen readings at all. So I called telemetry. and I was like, hey, before you called that heart stat, did you see like the patient deciding or anything? And she's like, no, I didn't see it. And by this point, I had already discharged the patient from the monitor, so she claims that they can't look up discharged patient's information. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, before you called the heart stat, he didn't have his oxygen on, because when I went in there, the oxygen was on the floor, and so was the probe. So I'm trying to figure out how long was he out without oxygen, you know? So, y'all, I don't know, but I did write a patient safety report on that person. Or really, it wasn't really the person, the event. And I'll just put like, patient, according to these vitals, like, he had been deciding for about 20 minutes. And I never received a call from telemetry. They called me for everything else. If I would have known that, I would have been able to go in his room. But I was admitting another patient. So it's just like, I didn't get to see it or whatever. I can't be in two places at once. That's why we have people like that. So that's pretty much what happened today. It's pretty crazy. I'm about to go home and eat my feelings, because what else can you do? You know? Try again tomorrow. Do better tomorrow. So that concludes this week's vlog. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Go ahead and like this video. I think I mentioned this earlier in the video, but y'all need to like my stuff, especially if y'all watching it and y'all like it. Like, don't be shy. Go ahead and like my video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'm gonna see you guys next week.